What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Bugs' DCS Cruise. For this one, we're going to do something a little different, a little fun, and that's going to be taking the Viper out to the carrier, or the boat, however you guys want to refer to it. This should be interesting, especially with the Viper's stubby little landing gear and tail hook. We're going to see what happens. So the plan is we're going to go from a cold start out of Almanad. We'll take off, go out to the carrier, go for an arrested landing, and if we don't break anything by some stroke of luck, then we're going to try and take off again from the carrier. The only caveat to that is we're not going to be able to use the catapult or the deck crew for any of that. So we're kind of on our own with this one, but that's what makes it fun, right? So without any further ado, let's unpause. I'm going to breeze through the cold start on the Viper, and we'll see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into. All right, like I said, I'm just going to breeze through this really quick, guys. I've done this before in several videos for the cold start of the F-16. So we're just going to go through this real quick. That looks good. Okay. Alright, let's see what we could do here. Like I said, I don't want to take too long with the startup, guys. I just want to get up into the air and get right to the point we're trying to do here. There we go. All right. Let's close that. Alrighty, let's just breeze through this rest really quick, and then we'll do what we gotta do. Oops. We'll set for our carrier 71 X-ray. They're transmitting 31 miles away. Right, perfect. Okay, so there's our tail hook control right here. So we'll worry about the rest of that once we take off. We've got our nose wheel on. All right, let's see what we can do. gotta see why our radar is off. We'll worry about that in a second. Let's just get out to where we have to be. Whoops. Let's not go too crazy here. There we go. Let's not go too crazy fast here. We don't want to tip this thing over. Alright guys, I'm going to turn our tack hand down in a second. Let's just steady up and stop right here. Let's turn that down because we don't want to hear that. Okay, so we're going to be going from here right out to here. Alright, let's see what we can do, guys. Nose wheel disengaged. I forgot to arm the damn seat again. Alright, gears coming. And we're getting picked up by the carrier strike grip, that's good. So let's get our anti-skid off. Alrighty, let's see what we could do with this one. Alright, there they are, right off our 1 o'clock. It's moving a little quicker than I thought it was going to. Alright. We'll see if we can come in for the carrier brake. If I don't screw this up too badly, we should be able to. Let's just get a good bearing on where these guys are again. There we go. Alright, perfect. Whoop. Let's not lose too much altitude. Some of the airspeed we can lose, the altitude not so much. let's see what we can do here, guys. Let's drop our throttle a little bit. Let's drop our tail hook. We gotta master the caution for the hook. Let's make sure she's down. She is. Okay. We're not going to do this the way we would in the Tomcat or the Hornet, but we're going to try our best.
Altitude.
We are way too low and way too fast. This should be interesting right about now. We're starting to get interesting right about now. So let's drop our airspeed a little bit so we can get our gear down. Gear's coming. Nose wheels down. Alright, 3 good lights. Oh, jeez. This is going to be interesting. Oh, this is really going to be interesting. Can nail this, guys. We are not lined up the right way. And we're off. Make sure we didn't lose or break nothing. Nope, we're good. Alright, let's try that again. We weren't lined up the right way. That's where the start of our problems were. Let's try that again. Oh, watch the altitude bugs, watch the altitude bugs. Oh boy, that would have been bad. Alright, let's try this again. Let's see what we can do with this one. So we gotta be lined up 033 roughly. Let's see, here we go. There's our foils, and there's our angled deck. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Not exactly where I want to be, but we'll make the best of it. We got this. Come on, baby. We got it. We got it. We got it. We're on board. What'd we grab? 3-wire. All right. Not bad. And we're pretty close to center line. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's get the hook up. Let's see if we can release the wire. Yep, there she goes. Okay, cool. Alright, not bad. So we can land on the carrier deck, and he's actually directing us. Let's see if we can make the best of this. Interesting. Alright, well, her stubby little wings are folded already, so I don't know what to tell you about that one there, bud. Alright, let's line up on the cat. Let's see if we can get this thing off with just power. We're a slick jet, so it's very, very possible. Let's see what we could do here. We do have to line up pretty damn well near perfect, though. Alright, I'm gonna cheat a little bit, use the F2 for this one, guys, just so we could not screw this up. Let's get as close as we possibly could. Okay, so that's where we would be. Just so you guys can see, I'm not cheating for you. We're lined up right where the shuttle's gotta be. How you doing? Alright. Alright, we're gonna hold the brakes for this one, and then we're gonna firewall it, full blower, and see if we can get off the deck. Alright, brakes are on, guys. Here we go. Full mill power. Afterburn. Brakes off. And we didn't make it that far. Okay. So that just goes to show that naval aircraft have the upper hand coming off the cat like that. You can't really do it with something like the F-16. If I took the whole carrier deck, then more than likely we could have gotten off of it, but let's just be fair here. Let's go cat for cat. That was fun. I'm surprised we actually made the arrested landing without breaking anything and had the chance to line up on the cat to take off. I really hope you guys found that interesting and entertaining. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe for more, and until the next sortie, strap in, arm up the seat, and keep flying.